Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Exec Prolific, and um, if you're not familiar with the backstory, I'm just gonna keep it real brief as to the history between Pusha T and Lil Wayne, basically in the whole Cash Money camp. Now, you know, back in the day, I'd say about 2003, something around that time, uh, there was a song that came out called "What Happened to That Boy." Catchy beats, slick lyrics. It was, Birdman, Lil Wayne, and Pusha T. The Clips, him and his brother, Malice. Anyway, all these guys were cool at one point. They put out the song back then. Fast forwarded to a few years later, Lil Wayne's on his mixtape Domination run about 5 years later in 2008. And, he's talking, guns, drugs, and Pusha T then says, look, you getting hot off of stealing my style. I'm the one known for the drug raps, talking all kinds of drugs and coke in my raps, and you're stealing that style. Ever since he made that accusation, there's been bad blood between the two camps. Okay. Now, fast forward to now. Between '08 and to this date, which is basically 7 years, there's been a whole bunch of back and forth, subliminals, outright, disrespect coming from each camp. Now, there's to the point where he's now directed his beef from Lil Wayne to Drake, as you know, Drake is cool with Wayne. Now, previously he was giving Drake his props and his accolades. Now, he's now taking shots at Drake, and in a song that he recently put out, he basically, was talking about older niggas slapping younger niggas, right? Which everybody assumed he's talking about Diddy slapping Drake. Now, somebody from Drake's camp called OVO Hush called out Pusha T for speaking on Drake. Now, listen to this. Pusha T did an interview where somebody asked him about his lyric, that line, and if that was a shot towards Drake or the Cash Money camp. And he was not being direct. He was basically dancing around it and didn't want to say, yeah, that's what it was. He was dancing around it. He didn't want that attention. Even though he jumped out there, he didn't want that attention by making it definite. He didn't want to stamp it. But, everybody knows what it is. Everybody knows what the history is, so they already know where you headed with, lines like that. And it seems like OVO Hush put it out there that, look, you don't want it with Drake. You don't want it from the singing nigga, right? And he made a bunch of hashtags, hashtag singing nigga, and a whole bunch. My question is, if Pusha T was to stand up and beef, take on a full-on rap beef with Drake, who do you think will win? Because let me remind you, these are two highly skilled lyricists. Who do you think will win? Leave a comment in the box below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You can follow me on Twitter. Check out the podcast. And for you rappers, we have rap beats available, instrumentals. You can find all those links below in the description section. I'll talk to y'all later.